Okay. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Um, mm, okay. Yeah, there we go. All right. Um, you know what it is? When even if you don't use stuff, stuff still breaks. You end up having to fix things. Um, this one was something that was going to break regardless anyway. Uh, okay, so let's take a look here real quick, see what I have to actually do. Um, so we have the pulse area already done, and it has the prime time effect where it slows down enemies and then does 1 damage to nearby enemies and things like that. Well, actually, I think I removed the damage effect on it altogether. So let's actually put that damage on it. Or I think we actually, so the person that I was working with um, on this originally, I think we came to the conclusion that we didn't want the pulse to actually do any damage. It's just going to have knockback, and that's it. So we're going to leave that the way it is. And we have the random area, and it's supposed to stun for 1.5 seconds. So let's just go and change that really quickly. One damage. No. Short stun. There we go. So this is supposed to be 1.5. We might actually do the star prefab just to be able to see that thing. Let's take a look at the if we have any star. Let's go to scene. Oh, and I also fixed the issue. So it was actually not so much the calculations. It was just like a synchronous issue. So I had to just tighten the disable pattern a bit, which fixed things. So we can go ahead, and I think we can actually leave the dimensions at 2. I think 2 is good, but we do have the problem here. Where is it? Managers with decoration manager. Decoration manager is doing something internally. Oh, let's actually make sure OBS is functioning properly, because it will. I've learned it will do its own thing if I don't double and triple. Yeah, see, like it's it's not interesting. Yeah, OBS is back to doing OBS stuff. Oh, brother. This guy stinks. The logic is still here. Nothing has changed. I'm so confused. So Unity, we will hide the IDE. Then on IDE switch, we go the IDE. Unity. Oh, okay. Actually, I think it's running. It's just that this is not. One sec. Yeah, it's working off of like a zombie. The Unity one is still fine though. Right. This needs to be out here. And if I go back to it, okay, done. All right, let's go back. Yeah, that was just like it doing its stuff as a zombie. All right, let's go back. It's always good to double, triple, and even quadruple check. We're missing something. We are missing over here. There we go. Okay, now we're set up. Let's close that. There we go. Okay, let's take care of business now. So yeah, so the chunking wasn't an issue. Decoration manager. So the decoration manager is working, but it's doing this weird thing when we do pre-populate decos. No, it's when we call this spawn deco. Right? Where is this being called? Line 36 and line 52. So, right, then over here, so each chunk gets to spawn between 0 and 3. The problem is that the chunk size is the problem, right? Because if we change a chunk and it's too small, then we're still spawning 3 inside of that chunk. So let's see what happens if I do this. Where are you? There we go. If we increase this to, let's say, 10, and then we still leave it as a 2x2. I don't even remember what this does. Oh, wow, that's huge. Okay, so yeah, we don't want to do that. Okay, yeah, we don't want to do that. So we bring that back to 5. Let's run that one more time. There we go. That's more manageable. Technically, we might be able to get away. What actually happens if I do it like this? And then we go like this. So that should solve the whole problem. Just on numbers. But I don't like that solution. Yeah, I don't like that solution because it creates that other issue. Right? And we did bump into this weird problem where it's leaving artifacts. And I don't know why it's doing that. Like, I get what's happening. I don't understand why it's happening, though. Right. So let's increase this to 3. Now that's intentional. I have it doing that where you can actually just see the rows disappear. I was thinking about making that some type of animation. Again, the other person that I was initially working on this with had that idea of making this into an animation kind of thing. I just wasn't sure if we should, but I didn't close off that as a possibility programmatically. But as you can see, the chunking is working perfectly fine now. Technically, it was working fine before. It was just... Again, it's just weird because I think it's leaving artifacts. Let's actually move around a little bit so I could see what it looks like. Because I think it's leaving artifacts. There we go. Oh, it's not leaving artifacts now. I'm not sure what it was doing because I ran it before, maybe like an hour ago, and it was leaving artifacts behind. Oh, I died. Okay. Alright, so the goal today is to make the remaining 3 abilities, and there's more. I think there's 6 abilities left to add in, but there are, I think 3 effects. Right, like the remaining abilities are stuff that have effects that are kind of similar, so the code doesn't have to be redone for each one. Stuff like, you know, increase hit points or increase movement speed by a percentage, whatever. Or pick up range. So the main ones that need to be redone are, or the main ones that need to be done today are going to be an orbital attacker, ping pong ball, and a spiral attack. So the spiral attack is supposed to have a poison mark effect that's going to go clockwise or counterclockwise, doesn't matter. And it's going to deal 1 damage each second, so it's a damage over time. Poison mark. Okay, so this is the poison mark effect. So the actual ability, when we do it, it's supposed to have a spiral that comes out, or some tool, whatever, but it's going to be spiraling around. And I believe it spirals outwards, so it's like starts around the player, I guess, and then just goes around from the position that the player was at when it started. Right? And I guess once it lasts its time, it goes away. I'm not sure how that's going to do. But it has poison mark, which deals 1 damage each second for 3 seconds. So that's the thing. And then we have poison detonation. When a victim of the poison mark is hit with another poison mark. Okay, so if we try to apply poison mark again to something that already has poison mark, the effect is removed and corrosion is placed underneath them. So we have to make another effect called corrosion. And corrosion leaves a pool of corrosive liquid in a 3-meter radius. Okay, I don't think I described what corrosion actually does. It could be just like a damage over time, I guess. And of course, ultimate progression, we already have that. So let's handle spiral. You know, hold on, which one is easier? Orbital attacker. Orbital attacker, you summon that stays near the owner and continues to attack. It has showtime. Has a 5% chance upon slaying an enemy. Has a 5% chance upon slaying an enemy of reducing a random active cooldown. Oh, okay. So it's supposed to check any of my abilities that are on cooldown, and then it will reduce it by a certain percentage. And then after active cooldowns this way. 5 times it gives the owner showtime. What? After reducing active cooldowns this way 5 times, it gives the owner showtime. Oh, okay, there's two different. There's regular showtime and then there's showtime with the exclamation mark. Lowers all attack cooldowns by 30%. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. And then that's it. That one is actually simple. Okay. All right. So let's do a coin flip, I guess. Which one do I want to do first? Orbital attacker or spiral attack? Heads, orbital attacker, tails, spiral attack. And we get tails. Oh, spiral attack. Yeah, okay. So, spiral attack it is. Okay. First we need to make, so we're gonna make a, new class for the ability. Alright, it has to be a mono behavior. As soon as I get back to unit, there we go. Okay. So that would be under game data, I guess. Script. No. Features, probably. These are controllers, and this is spiral ability, I guess we can call it. Spiral, yeah. Okay. So now spiral ability is going to inherit ability. Okay. And its main thing is, let's take a look at what ability is doing again. We have that, we just set the ability info, and then we just have hitbox shenanigans. So we also need something to represent this object. Basically is just going to go in a circle around us, right? And I want it to rotate as well, like a wheel. Right, so it has its own rotation as it orbits around the point. Well, not orbit, it has a accelerating orbit going outwards. Okay. So we probably can do that with a sprite. I don't know if I have any art for that. I mean, I could just use a circle, I guess, but hard to tell with just a plain circle. Could probably... I mean, let's not give up quite yet, right? Let's check to see if we have the art already. Benefit of using Unity, the assets store, and like just put that on top of anything you've already done. Have a whole back catalog of just stuff. Not seeing anything. I should have probably... nothing is... No, that's... What's this? No, let's do tween. Does this have any sprites? Textures? This one's pretty cool. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. I guess this is the closest, right? Or we could use this. Trying to like imagine. One sec. You know, before we do that, let's check to see if we have. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know it had 2D stuff. What does this look like? Oh, okay. It's actually not bad. It's not bad. Let's move it over here. Easier to see it. That's cool. If I do this, let's see. You could technically just use that. Ah. I mean, what if we rotated it a bit? All right. Let's go 90 on the Z, and let's try that again. Okay. Try 90 on Y. So the effect is locked. Gotcha. Kinda sucks. It's not locally, it's globally locked. So let's take a look. What's this one? That's cool. Okay, gotcha. I understand what they are now. Still, yeah. What's this? Stripping. No. That's so cool. Okay. Let's try this one. So what the heck was this one doing? Oh, okay. It's still globally locked. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I see. Okay, I get you. Splat directional. Gotcha. What about background stuff? What's this supposed to be? Oh, that is pretty nice. Put that on orthograph and it would be pretty good. Okay, that's awesome. Alright, so I think what the stuff that we're looking for is like water. Okay, so this is supposed to be corrosion, I guess. We need to just adjust this in a few areas. Yeah, and this. Okay. Just go to the renderer and put this on the objects layer. Okay, I think we should leave it at 0. I think 0 is where the character is at. And then from there, it's just about doing that. There we go. Now we have our corrosion field. Just need to bring this down to about 25%. Okay, so this can go with minus 90, I guess. No, it wants to go minus 180. Not a fan. Let's try 180 regular. Still not a fan. If I take this, let's disable this. Yeah, that's better. Not a big fan of the... Let's go 0.5. Do we even need this sub-emitter? No. Okay, that's a good corrosion field, I think. Alright, let's just rename this corrosion field. Really quick. We're gonna, I guess, I'm not sold on these two yet. I'm not gonna delete them yet, but for now we're just going to leave this the way that it is and just disable it. Okay, but that's not actually what we were looking for. It's just something that popped in as soon as I saw it. What we're trying to do is we're trying to look for if we have something that might be a good... So this thing leaves corrosion. Am I in the right... Yeah, poison mark. So it does two things. It leaves a poison mark, it does corrosion, and it has a spiral, so it's 3. The object itself. So... yeah, I might have to... What do you have for combat? Get giblets. I hate that they named this giblets because it's not actually giblets. I remember looking at it, I was like, oh, that's awesome. It's not actually giblets. I guess we can go with magic. What does this look like? Oh, this looks awesome. It just needs to be green. Pink, green. I am sold on this. All right, and let's decrease the size a bit. Where are we on rotation? Oops. Yeah, there's no benefit or loss to rotating. Nothing. Yeah, we gain nothing. Okay. Now not sure why it was adamant about going negative 90. But yeah, so we start from the center, and then it's going to roll its way out and hit stuff. What happens if we move it around? It has a small trail. Okay. Yep, there it is. Let's put this on same rendering layer. There we go. Objects layer. And its order, I have no clue. Looks like these have different orders for some reason. Oh, the trails have... Okay, that's cool. Not gonna mess with that. Is this stuff appearing behind? Shouldn't. It's hard to tell with the green, but... Okay, we're good. We might need to apply a mask to it, though. Not sure yet. I don't think so. I think I'm overcomplicating it. So... This is the spiral attack. Okay, and apparently it has an audio source. I hate that, but it is what it is. Let's just add the component that we just made. Spiral ability. Okay. So it doesn't need to know about that, and I think we want it to do its thing on probably on just regular update, maybe? Yeah, it's fine. Regular update should be fine. So, I guess we can go. This is supposed to spiral from the position. I guess we're going to go down first and then spiral around it out. And we don't need, I don't think we need a rotation because it's already animated to do like this sort of rotation. And it's going, which way does it look better though? That's the question. Does it look better going this way or this way? Can't really tell until we see it, right? Yeah. That's just letting me, so that way I can actually like change it just to see like what it looks like later on, without having to like go into the code and change stuff directly. One sec. Okay, understood. So my thing is that in some cases, the spiral ability. Oh, oops. There we go. My thing is that in some cases, the spiral ability will we might want it to do different things based on the number that we're instancing, right? But that's not something that spiral ability itself needs to care about. All it needs to know is which direction we want it to go in. So instead of doing it like this, what we want to do is have that bool there, and if it's clockwise, then it will go to the right, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's the bet, right? So do we need to adjust anything else? I think we know that we're going to have a duration on the scriptable object. That's already a thing. So I think what the next thing that we want to do is like, you know, because I have like a very fickle amount of experience with this genre. I've played it like, you know, maybe passing on a cell phone a few years ago. That was about it, but I've never actually went out and like engrossed myself in a genre. It's not like I dislike it. I just never had the opportunity to do that. When you're, you know, when you develop, you spend more time developing than playing different games. So it's kind of rough, but I'm trying to put together in my head like what is the natural way that these things develop into, so I don't, you know, code myself out of things that should be par for the course. So if we have like the case where, let's say that we instance 2 of these every time we're off cooldown, we obviously don't want them to spiral in the same direction, so we can just set one to clockwise, one to counterclockwise, and that. But what if we have like 3, right? Then we probably want to offset its spiral pattern. So we probably want to create like a vector 2 offset. Let's call it pattern offset. Okay. Right, and so now if we go this way and we have clockwise, then we know that the next way we have to do is counterclockwise. This is on the effect itself that's going to spawn this, or the ability item that's going to spawn this. Yeah, it's an effect that's going to spawn this. So the effect is tracking, hey, how many of them have I spawned? And it's basically just going to switch this to counterclockwise if there's a clockwise one already spawned. And if we have more of them in that series, then it'll then offset, apply an offset here, right? And basically this spiral is just going to be crunching numbers based on this, on how it offsets the spiral, is what I'm thinking. That way we don't end up with like the same one on it. On the same exact positions, right? Okay. And so that's as much as this should care about raw information. From here on, I think it's just about conducting the actual spiral. So give me a sec. Okay, so let's take a look at ability real quick, just to make sure. Huh. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here. And we're gonna go with this. Actually. Right, so that's going to be the position that we go around. Let's actually put the... All right, and then we go, oops, float. We need to know the elapsed time, basically the amount of time we've spent. Okay, then it needs to have its move speed and its angular speed. Okay, so those are all the information that we're going to need to test it, and then this is just going to be stuff that we actually want to manipulate after to get it to feel right. Well, actually, this stuff may be. You know what? I'm gonna put this stuff on the scriptable object also. I think about it. Why not? Okay. Let's make sure we reset elapsed time. This thing keeps trying to force feed me that, but it is what it is. And update. Travel spiral. Okay. Oh, all right. So first we start off with yeah. Elapsed time. Yep, okay. So it already knows what I want. And then I guess the angular, or rather the angle. That's cool, but I don't think we want that. First we want to check if we're going clockwise. And if we are, is -1? I think -1 is clockwise and 1 would be clockwise in this case. And then we just multiply that by the angular speed and the elapsed time. There we go. Sometimes it completes, sometimes it doesn't. So now we need to get the radian, right? So it's, yeah, so we need the float angle rad. There we go. So this, we just need to get the radius of the circle. Based on where the spiral would be. So that would, we have to do spiral speed times the elapsed. Yeah. Okay. And so now we need to calculate for the new position. So I guess we should probably have put the original in vector 2. It's not too late to do that. Let's go up. Oh, like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, we did do it. Never mind. So yeah, let's do that. Vector 2 new position going to be equal to, yeah, there we go, the origin plus the offset, if there is one. Hey, you almost, why is it giving me an issue? See, I knew I did something with vector 3. Where is it? Origin, where's origin? Origin is vector 2. What? Ambiguous operand between vector 2 and vector 3. Am I going nuts? Vector 2 and vector 3. Origin and offset. Origin is vector 2. Offset. Oh, whoops. Pattern offset. There we go. Okay. And then from here we just need to get the cosine sign. This is getting pretty big. Okay, there we go. So do we have to go? Is it? Yeah, there it is. Okay. There we go. Hey, it did it automatically. And then we just update the position. There we go. Sometimes autocomplete is awesome. I'm just a little bit confused about this part. I'm not sure if it's actually -1 is right in this case. I'm just... head is... If we do -1, if it's -1 should be left. I'm pretty sure that's going to make things run left. So if we're going clockwise, it should be like this. I'm pretty sure. Right? The increase are going to the right on rotations. My brain is just a little bit off because I'm thinking about rotations versus positions. And I'm pretty sure in rotations it's still the same way, where 1 is to the right and -1 is to the left. I mean, we'll find out in a second. That's it. Okay. So, can we actually test this? Sure. It already has its own art on it. It's just a matter of doing its thing. There's no offset. And we need to make one more call. Do we have a duration on this, or do we need to access it? Duration? No. Okay, so we need to access it. So actually, let's make this. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to Unity real quick. And let's see. So we have spiral attack. It is over here in the middle. And we want to stop that real quick. There we go. It should play unawake, so it's no problem. The spiral speed can be, let's say, 5. Angular speed 5, and the duration 15. No offset, and yes, clockwise. Holy smokes. I know what it's doing. We just need... Let's actually play it. So it's X and Y are what we care about. Let's actually see what's running, what's happening when we run it. Yeah, it's only the X and Y that's being changed. So weird. I mean, it's killing every... Oh no, that's my regular stuff. And then it disables itself after 15 seconds. Okay. At least we know one thing is working. Okay. Where did I make a mistake? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Ah, that's gone. Oh, I think it already, yeah, disabled itself. Okay. Let's give it more time. So I can actually play around with it. So let's go 500. And let's slow it down and increase this to 150. Angle is just simply too small for its turning. Oh, I see. Okay. Let's let's apply the offset. Because we're working, the reason why it looks so weird is because we're working inside of 2.5D. So this needs to be, I think, 2. I'm so confused. Alright, let's start that over. Where is the player starting at? 3.41. Okay, so let's set the original position to 3.41. Just to make it centered on the player. Interesting. Just to double check, player is 3.41 and it's doing its thing. Oop. I'm back. Yeah, the formula is flunky. I mean, it's doing its thing. It's actually going out wider as time goes by. Problem is that it's the X that's going wider. The Y is not. That's the problem. Okay. Oh, that's why. Okay, now we should work. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay. So now let's try. Oh, wow. That had the offset on it. Let's get rid of that. That's probably why it was. Or what it was doing. Would make sense. Yep, there we go. Okay, awesome. And let's shorten that duration just to see what it looks like. So let's go to like, I guess 10 is good. Need to work on pattern offset. Oh, and we also need to double check the clockwise or not. Actually, let's break it real quick. Yep, there we go. Okay. So now it goes away really quickly within 10 seconds. So let's go to 15 seconds. Let's increase the angular speed to 300 and increase the spiral speed to 0.3. So we're tripling the actual spiral speed and doubling the angular speed. So 13 seconds, roughly. So we can get away with doing a 10-second on this. So that's going to be the number that we use for this. So now the next step is, let's play this, and we just got to attach, how did I do it for these? I just attached it right off of it. Okay. Where is it? Where the heck is it? No, we'll just add it. Okay. That's weird because this is green on green, but yep, we can kind of see it. Get that radius in a little bit. There we go. You know what? Let's just make it nice rounded. 0.5. There we go. Okay, so now it can actually hit things. It'll send ping back and everything. And that's done. So let's go storing that in our prefabs. Original prefab, there we go. Okay. Spiral attack is pretty cool. So corrosion field is also an ability. It's going to have its own thing going for it also. So we're not going to make that quite yet. But, well, I mean, we are going to make it today, but we're just not going to make it right this moment. Kind of want to, while the memory is still fresh, work on the rest of the spiral stuff. So the second part to the spiral is we have the ability done. What's this? Ah, cool. It's my little help. We also need an explosion. Gotcha. So we need two things. Wow, it's actually going to be quite a bit for this. So maybe we just get this one thing done today and that's it. It's a bunch of little steps along the way. Alright, so we don't need this open. We don't need this open. Maybe. Don't need that open. This needs to be evaluated, but that's another time. It works, it's just it works too well. And then we have the ability manager. We don't need that open. What is this? World resource. Yeah, we don't need that. Don't need it. Hopefully we won't need to open this. Okay, so it's just a spiral ability. As that. This is basically done. Yeah, this is effectively finished. Let's just keep it open so we have a reference to this stuff. For my memory. Okay, so now we got the next step, which is game data. No. So actually, we have to open up player. Wow. All right, let's do that. Player. just to see like how I incorporated it before. Yeah, it's right here. This is like, none of this is like stuff that's supposed to, like, this is all just for testing purposes. So don't let it intimidate. It's just junk that I don't remove. So like the ability for that lightning ability, the shockwave ability, all of that is just this. Alright, so these are all just testing different things. Particularly this is the broker system. So again, as I said yesterday in that stream, I am not going to get into that broker because it's pretty dense. It will take time to try to explain it. So we want to do something like ability manager. And we want to add item. And that item is going to be spiral. Okay, got it. Okay, and so we can do this. Go var. Spiral is going to be equal to ability item create. And so now this is where we're getting into where we should be with stuff. So now we want the lightning ability proper, right? So it's inside of something called abilities. Let's go over to Unity. This is why I did that, so I could see like where I was. There we go. And so this is a type of ability data. We didn't make anything new. Got it. So all we have to do is make a create if it's just this is, I'm gonna be thanking past me so much. Basic spiral. Like if that's all I have to do, I'm gonna be so happy. And then we want to instance that prefab. Yep, there we go. Oops, what else are we missing? Upgrade, data, nothing. Spawn behavior, on caster. Do we want to offset the position a bit? Yeah, sure. Let's go minus 0.5. No, we don't bounce on this. Spiral is going to... Oh, wait. Oops. Do bounce, yes. There we go. I hate when that happens. We don't do bounce. And we do minus 0.5 here. Magnitude. I don't think these serve any purpose yet. I think this is just a thing. Like none of this is actually, because we have this. I can probably get rid of this. But yeah, so according to this document here, I'm supposed to make this have. So it increases its size as one of its abilities fires a second attack in the opposite revolution. Is the next thing that it can do. Okay, so we just need to give it. Does it do damage on its own? Spiral attack with increase. We're gonna say yeah. We're gonna just give it 1 damage. Right, just for testing. Okay. And let's register it into my data. Oh shoot, I'm gonna throw errors because of the... I'm gonna throw errors because of this. And because of this. Here we go. Actually, we don't need that at all. Oh, it's still... Wow, that's a long time. Compiling scripts. Okay. Did it actually do it? Yes, it did. Awesome. Okay, so now we can go back to here. Is OBS broken again? Oh no, okay. It's working. So let's go here. And so now we can actually turn this on. And so now we could actually add this. But we have to do spiral. Okay, so there we go. I'm really enjoying this new mouse. It has so many more buttons that just makes programming so much, or navigating the IDE so much faster. There's so many little things that it's helping with right now. Okay, so now we just added spiral to it. And from here, it's basically just we need to tell it. Don't we need to tell it like a cooldown or anything? Like it's gonna do 1 damage. I'm pretty sure we have to like tell it what its cooldown is and stuff like that, right? Otherwise, how does it know? Like, how does this stuff know? Oh, there it is. Cooldown. Like, I couldn't... I legitimately was not seeing it right above that. Let's give it like a... I guess, yeah, let's give it a 1 second cooldown is fine. Right, we're going to actually change this, the spawn behavior, in a second, because we want this to spawn in such a way that, we want this to spawn in such a way that if we are spawning them faster than the cooldown time, like if we spawn a second one and the cooldown time isn't over yet, then it should spawn it going the other in a counterclockwise direction, right? The idea. Does it work? I don't know. Is it working? I don't see anything. What's the issue? Oh, I know what the issue is. is it? Prefab. I think I know what the issue is. Spiral attack. Yep, there we go. We have to actually disable it first. That was the problem. Let's just delete that spiral attack. Go here. Because I think Unity has issues where it comes to putting on enable or something like that. Certain times, if I remember correctly. That might be what the issue was. Nope. Is there a warning or error? Nothing. It's odd. So, let's actually comment these out real quick. Okay, so now when we do this, we want to check if this is being called. So let's, oops, wrong area. Okay, ability item, and execute, where are you? Oops. Okay, let's find out if it's actually even executing the ability. It says it is. Oh, wait, what the heck? That shouldn't even be working. Hold on. Oh, I forgot to save. There we go. Okay. Always forget, like when you go through Godot, it just automatically saves. That's bright. What the heck is going on with this? All kinds of bad things are happening right now. There is a ton of bad things happening. And I'm not sure if it's my project or if it's Unity. That should not be happening. That effect. Like, change this? No. That should not be happening. That's not even related to anything that I've been touching. It's just not should. Let's go to the scene real quick. Let's turn back on the HUD. There we go. Okay, so why it's doing that is I have no clue. I haven't touched this. To my knowledge, I haven't touched this yet. I mean, I could rewatch the video. I have not touched this. It just decided to just start scaling. Now it's scaling it correctly. Like, that's what it should be doing. That's the behavior that it should have. Maybe it's because this was set to not show? No. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue. I have not a clue why it was behaving that way a second ago. Oh, that's crazy. Whatever. I have no clue. It's just sometimes these things want to do what they want to do. Maybe when you hit play and you change it, it does that now. Let's see. Nope, this is the behavior it should have. It's crazy. So it just stops working after a while. I don't know why. There's so many weird questions that are popping up now. Like, that is a very weird type of behavior. It just suddenly stops spawning. Huh. Okay. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we need to actually go back into this. Yeah, so we need to go back into this, and we know now that we need a couple pieces of information from the, did I close it? No, there it is. We need a couple pieces of information on start. Okay, so it's going to want to set that ahead of time when we handle the spawn, I guess. So actually, let's not do that in here. Let's do that over here. And we're going to say on caster spiral. So we actually need to change the init. Gotcha. So no, we actually have to do it here. So we're not going to mess with the speed and angular speed, I think. We do want to mess with the duration and whether or not it's clockwise. And I don't think we need to mess with the offset. I think we can get rid of offset. Right? I think that we're good there. So now when we go here, we can say I don't think we even need to mess with the duration because we kind of have that working in such a way that it's ending when it reaches just outside of the screen anyway. Or should we? I think it should actually, yeah, I think let's mess with the duration. And clockwise equal to info. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's go back here and we can do something like, we don't need size anymore and stuff like that, but I'm just like afraid to get rid of it. What was it? Duration. I feel like I'm missing something here. Ah, okay, got you. Okay. That should be it. Let's go back. Should be over here. Abilities. Spiral. So I think the duration that we picked was 10 seconds. And the whether or not it's clockwise or not, I guess we can say it starts clockwise, but it's not actually, that's not actually going to keep controlling it. Oh wait, we're going to have a problem. Yeah, we're going to have a problem here. Okay, let's go back 1 sec. We're gonna have a problem here. All of that was just to get around doing the right way. This is the right way. There should be one error somewhere. Let's see. Let's see. Yep. 2. That should be an error. Okay, it's clear. Namespace. Oh. Okay, now it should be one error. Well, yeah, that, but there should be another. Huh. There should be another error somewhere else, but I guess it's not going to show up. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Okay, so ability.init. So I think we don't actually need this. No, we do. Do we? Yeah, we do. What is the name of it? That's what I'm forgetting. Should be instances, yeah. Okay. How do we get that? Instance stability. This is the ability data itself. Ability item. So I think item has it. Game item. Yeah. But we don't need that. So the process to getting that, I believe, is get item. Oh, there it is. Get data. So we could actually just call ability and we'll get the ability data. Thank you. We need to know the instances, so sure. So if the instances are greater than 1, then we set the and the so now we do ability. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, new info. I've been wanting to try this type of pattern for a while. I just keep on forgetting to try it. So that's really the reason why I went this direction with it. There's the other way that I went about it, for duration at least, it would be fine. But for this, not so much. Right? Because I'm changing this dynamically. Meanwhile, I don't want to dynamically change it. In the other place, sorry. Okay, so then we do ability. New info. Now we go ability. We don't want it. We don't want this. Caster transform positions. Basically everything else stays the same. So caster. Info. Oh, we are using the size. Look at that. Go figure, I didn't realize we were using it. Okay. So I'm very curious to know if this is going to work. It should work, but I don't know. What are you crying about now? Hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Next. Ah. Might be a few more places. I don't know. I guess not. Oh, this is going to be huge. Like, they're going to come out, or they should come out massive. Oh, nope, it crashed. Duration. Duration. What is it crying about? It's saying duration was not present in the dictionary. Duration. Key not found. Duration. Oh, right. That is correct, actually. Can we do that? No, we can't. Okay. I think we can just get away with making this whole thing private. Nothing needs access to the data on this. Meanwhile, okay. Let's try it now. A bunch of garbage all over the place, but it's like it's garbage because it's just not being used. It's weird. It just like it stops. And then is this broken again? No, that's fine. And then they're not doing any damage to me on top of it. But it is executing, it says. I'm not seeing where it's executing, I guess. So it's telling me that it's actually executing it. Let's find out where it's doing it. Well, let's find out first. What's happening here? So just checking the manager. It should be under weapons, I guess. No, they're not actually. It's telling me that they're being set active, but there's nothing happening over here. It's whatever the heck is going on. It's completely lost on me. Regardless, we know that it's actually saying that it's trying to execute this. So let's just dig deeper. This is layer A. Case. Okay. Now, the reason why I know that I did not set this over here, it's just that this shouldn't be eliciting this kind of behavior, even if I didn't set that like that. Right? So I'm trying to dig to find out what happened there. Like, that's not behavior it should have. Like, if it starts spawning, it's fine. And then it just, like, stops. But according to this, it's still spawning. According to this, it's not. So, what's going on here? Oops. So we don't get here. Right, we can't get here. It should have been returned to the pool. But the issue is that effectively it's saying it didn't return them to the pool. Let's go back and check one more time. You just need to spawn them and check to see if all of the components are actually there. Okay, yeah, we have the callback. Right, and these are disabling, which is then every time that I call this, it should be re-enabling this. According to this, we're getting here. At minimum, even if we aren't, it should be spawning new ones. So something very fishy is happening here, and I don't know what it is. It should throw an error if what's happening is throwing out null as the object. Because it's getting something, I just don't know where it's getting it or where it's putting it. Like it gets to a certain point and then it stops. Unless something is like immediately disabling them. Right? Like after it comes online, then something is just immediately... Maybe we forgot to reset the duration? Is that what's happening? I think that's what's happening. But we are setting the duration every time we do this. Where is it? Yeah, we're setting the duration here. So is it that this isn't going off? It must be. So let's get rid of this. I thought that start went off every time that you enabled it also, but I guess not. Let's try that again. That was just absolutely bizarre. At least you live and you learn, right? Oh wow, now it's like way out there. And it also stopped working still. That wasn't the issue. Oh, it is the issue. There we go. Remember, the goal of this is to get it to work regardless of even if I make a mistake down the road. And now it should spawn. There we go. Spawns on me. Now this should just work forever. No, okay, we have a problem. Houston. This is not supposed to be that. This is supposed to be... Sorry. No, we could just do this. Okay, let's try it. Why is that doing that, though? Oh, I know why, yeah. Yep, it's working perfectly fine now. We also understand why they're bigger than what they should be. It's because of this. So now that we've gotten that stuff working regardless, let's set it up correctly. This should actually be happening on caster spiral. The size should actually be 0.5. And the duration is fine. Let's run it and see what happens. Okay, it's not working. Soon as it lets me, there we go. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. So the rest of this is going to happen out here. This is going to happen out here. And this happen out here also. Okay. Okay, so we can actually just leave this whole thing out here. And we will think it's like this. There we go. That should do it. Does it need to be there? I don't think so. It can be down here. Right? Because it's the next time that it does stuff that we care about, not this. Okay, good. It's a little bit tricky, but we don't want to change it ahead of time. We want to change it. Well, it's still ahead of time. It's changing the next one ahead of time. Nice. I don't know why they're not doing damage to me, but it is what it is. This is pretty cool. Now, I don't know why it's not actually hitting them, but I'm not dealing damage and they're not dealing damage, so that's just weird. They're still doing knockback, but nobody's dealing damage. Let's get rid of this. Sure. Looks like I already did. Just forgot to save. Okay, so now this will work regardless of what I put it on. It's just, or it should work. We don't want do bounce, so let's, again, turn that off. And we are supposed to be doing 1 damage. Let's turn on the rest of stuff, because it could have been something I did in the player, since I turned stuff off in the player before. I mean, nothing should have really had anything to deal with taking damage, but I've seen weirder things. Okay, so now let's try it out. Okay, we can damage them again. And then if I do this, where is it? If I increase the instances, where is it? Instances. So if I increase this by 2 to 2, yep, there it is. No, this is wrong. Yeah, this is wrong. Okay, let's turn it off. I'm gonna leave the instances at 2 real quick just to see, because it might be because the data is already stored inside of the ability item instance. So we're working off of that information. I doubt it. We need to get damage numbers in, because I need to actually see like what if it's doing damage to them. They have way too much HP in some cases for this. Like if I gave it knockback, it would be easy to tell, right? Let's do that. Minor knockback. Okay, let's try it now. So if it hits, it should deal knockback. It's kind of hard to tell. No, it's not hitting them, I think. Well, it is. I just saw them got knocked into me. Yeah, it's hitting them. It's just got a weird hitbox. Maybe I should just make it a bit bigger. Awesome. Alright. So we don't need knockback on this, but we do need ultimate progress. But it's a different kind of progress. I forgot. No, we don't need ultimate progress on this. Let's increase the damage it does. Where's the other one? Damage up? No. Minor knockback. 3 damage, okay. Brr. I'm gonna add that a few times. What the heck are you whining about? Oh, you're saying, okay, gotcha. Doesn't like when I do multiple of the same. I was debating if I wanted it to be like that. Yeah, I'm not sure still. Okay, yeah, it's killing them. The hitbox is just a little bit weird, but I'm seeing it actually hit some of them. And you know what? Let's just stay still and wait for them to. Yeah, it's hit. I can see. Well, no, I don't know. I think it is killing them. Like, it's weird because lightning is just like one-shotting them, right? Okay, now I am taking damage again. I don't know what the heck is going on with the code, but it is what it is. I think it's by default setting me to not being able to take damage for some reason. Maybe I had it turned on. Yeah, I see it actually. No, I can't be 100% sure. I mean, I could just turn everything off and then do that again. Okay, let's get some experience. I died. Okay. Well, that confirms that I'm taking damage. What's the FPS? Still over 100. Not bad. I think I'm gonna put the orbs on the same layer as the monsters. I put them above the monsters so you can always see them, but I think it looks better overall when they're on the same layer. Makes more sense. It's visibility versus just like how good it is, I guess. How good it looks. Aesthetics, yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a small break. We got Spiral, so this is like the platform for Spiral to work. Which is nice. Right, the rest of this is just the... Let's check lightning real quick. Does 3 damage, 1 progress, short stun. So this damage is just a little annoying because it's like... Alright, let's put this back over here real quick. Where are you? We're going to bring this up to 0.6. Okay, and let's override. Let's apply that to all. And I want to know if we're actually hitting with this thing, because it's a bit weird. Right, so let's actually just turn off this part. Okay, and let's go back to ability real quick and check. Okay. Yeah, it's not hitting anything. I don't see anything coming up saying, hey, it hit. Why? What's going on here? Oh, that's why. Duh. Where are you? Spiral attack. Is a trigger. There we go. Okay, now let's turn this back off. You know what? Let's leave it on for now. And now let's try it. It should work. Yep, there we go. It is wrecking face. This thing is awesome. Yeah, they're getting wrecked. See if this UI is messed up again, or if it's not going well. So it's interesting, right? Because as you go further out, these are actually traveling faster, but in reality, it's the speed is the exact same, right? Like the base speed that it's just the amount of area it has to cover in order to cover the same angular distances far bigger. Eventually, these guys are going to start being able to get through this, though, because the damage is just not going to keep up. As the time goes by, their stats are going higher. You start seeing them taking like 2-3 hits. Okay, I'll be right back. Just gonna leave it for a while to see how long it goes until you get overrun. Whoa, how did my ultimate gauge build up? I mean, technically it shouldn't build up at all. I didn't put ultimate progress on this. It's getting ultimate power from somewhere else. Some mechanic I must have forgotten about already. Alright, be right back. Okay, so that was a pretty good stress test. I think that was like, what, 15 minutes, and we dropped to 16 or 60 FPS roughly. And that's with like, I don't even want to guess, maybe like close to 10,000 different objects on the map, not including the actual tiles and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. You saw the FPS jump back up to in the 70s. and start picking stuff up. So I'm happy with the optimizations that I've been putting in. It's actually paid off. Okay, you know, I think we're actually at that point where I need to take a break, like as in like detangle my brain, because I kind of don't want to develop the effects. I kind of feel like I want to develop all of the abilities first and then start building out the effects for them. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I just feel better doing it that way. It looks pretty nice though. Like, just that's kind of like the max level lightning, max level push, and then you also now have like the orb, which is just doing absurd amounts of damage because it's doing the lightning's damage basically. Shouldn't be doing that much damage. Because it's supposed to like do damage over time, not just straight up damage. So it's supposed to hit, but not do immediate damage. It's just like they're poisoned, something like that. Then, if you hit them again with another orb, then, and I'm debating also if those orbs, once they hit something, if they should detonate and then go away. Right? That's what I'm thinking. Also. Like once you hit something, it pops. Kind of. So hit, pop, and then if you hit that thing again, it will pop, but at the second pop, it will leave a puddle, corrosive puddle. And stuff that walk in the puddle will take additional damage and things like that. That's the idea. And yeah. And they should take like 3 ticks of damage on the first hit, and then just whatever, the rest. Yeah, I just want to like take a moment to like consider that stuff. So I'm gonna stop the stream here. But this was pretty good. I think I'm happy with how this turned out. So yeah, that was actually pretty fun. Like it looks pretty good. I'll give it that. It looks good. Let's run it one more time because it was actually what I did before was mainly a stress test. Right, like it was just to see how much stuff I could have on the screen. While keeping above 60 FPS. It's going to be going a little bit more because, so here's the thing. When you're developing inside of Unity, it kind of has a, it kind of has a additional weight because you're counting also the editor. So when you remove the editor from the equation, this stuff is actually a lot better. So it's really nice having it at this point. But my target is of course 60, but it's still pretty cool. Let's go get some levels. I'm gonna work on this in a second. I think the next thing that I want to hit is the way that we pick up these items. Right now, the way that it works is when the character enters a new, so the items are gridded. So when the character actually enters the next grid, that's when it checks to see did the character enter the grid. If it did, then the items will go towards the character. There's no, part of what makes this work so well is that there's no colliders for the character and the items and stuff like that. We kind of have to just figure that out based on that grid system. The enemies do have colliders though, just because they needed to. Well, it made my life a lot easier that they did, put it that way. Alright, because... Okay, yeah, because with the collider, so the way that I'm handling their collider is that if they're close to me, if they're, in other words, if they're actually near me, is when their collider is actually relevant. Otherwise, it's just off. Um, so like enemies like that are over here, they don't actually have a collider, so you can't actually hit them, right? Like that's the reason why these explosions aren't just like trailing somewhere way off the screen. Easy. Yeah, yeah. So if I just stood still, it would take about 15 minutes for me to get killed. By that point, they would overwhelm me. Okay, we're good. I think so. I'm going to develop the rest of the abilities before I start developing the rest of the effects for each ability. Um, the last two abilities are the ping pong one. So basically, it's going to bounce on the edge of the screen and then like just bounce around the place and things like that. And I think we have to have a sword one also. Like it's just a straight slash, based on the side that you're facing, if I remember correctly. Actually, I can just look it up. Yeah, ping pong. No, ping pong and orbital attacker. So it's a summon that just stays near you and will just shoot at a nearby enemy. Yeah, that one is going to be a little bit weird. It's not the normal ability. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, and so we already tested this out. We know we can go 15 minutes before we drop to 60 FPS. I need to fix that also. The enemies will randomly spawn nearby me, which it looks cool, but they're not supposed to do that. And part of that is because it's based on the speed that the character is moving. So because I have the speed very low right now, they're just spawning too close to me. So we just need to set like a minimum bounds that they can't spawn any closer than that. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna call it there for today. Maybe later today I don't think I'm gonna be streaming again today, but this gave me enough go juice to like the chunking system is the best part about this. Let's take a second here. Okay. So the chunking system is the best part. We've got it to work perfectly since yesterday's efforts. It was just that I desynced it, and it was not the time frame was just way too long, so it made it look like it was doing weird things, but it was just working very very slowly. So I just sped it up to do it every frame instead, and now it works perfectly fine. But it does leave these artifacts like this right here. I don't know what's going on with that. Right, like if I go back over here, then come back out, is it still there? No, artifact is gone. I don't know what it is. It's like losing information. Yeah, and you see those flashes? Technically, there's tons of enemies all around, but we don't actually render them in until they get to within the screen. So you're just seeing them like flash for a second and then they disappear. But they're still here, they're still moving, it's just we can't see them. Yeah, that's revealing the magic, huh? So yeah, there's like enemies like way out here and stuff like that, but we can't until they get within this range. We can't. They don't start becoming visible like that. Like if we go back the other way, we start to see them over here and over here. Pretty cool. Okay, this is a pretty fun little jig. Hopefully, I can get some more. I'm gonna work on. I think the next one I'm gonna work on is the ping pong one, just like to get that going. And then once that's done, I'm going to do the summon, and then from there, it's just building out the rest of the effects for each one. And then we still have the last three, or rather the last two attacks, one for the male, one for the female character. I think the male character is probably going to have the whip looking one, and the female character, I guess, will have maybe she'll shoot projectiles in the direction she's facing, and the male character will use the whip in the direction that they're facing. Is what I'm thinking. Like she'll whatever direction she faces, she'll shoot some amount of projectiles, probably based on the level of the ability. That's the goal. All right, that was fun. Let's call that there. As usual, I hope that was, if not educational, then informative, and if not informative, then entertaining. All right, take care.